So modular construction, essentially by definition, it's where anywhere between 85 to 95% of the full vertical construction process, anything that's material based in a construction of a project is built in a factory. And so we partnered up with a group. They've got a factory kind of near the Austin MSA, and essentially they handle kind of all the way from foundation to CO. They handle just that overall benefits is, I mean, we're saving 25 to 30% of per square foot on a hard cost basis, and
Okay.
then you're saving about 50% of the time. And really, that 50% of the time, what that does for you is, I mean, your carry costs are a lot lower, IRRs increase.
Welcome to the Texas Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview Texas real estate professionals from active real estate investors, lenders, property managers, and many others that provide goods and services into the real estate investing industry in the great state of Texas. Our goal is simple: to share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level, and to meet the pros that can help you get there. Texas Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and entrepreneurs build the business they need to live the life that they've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey guys, welcome back to our show. I'm your host, John Harcar, and I'm here today, guys, with Jackson Russell. And what we're going to talk about with him, besides kind of his journey into real estate, what brought him up to today, we're going to talk about some of the things he's doing in multifamily and modular construction. So Jackson, man, welcome to our show.
No, thank you for having me. Great to be on the show.
Cool, man. I'm excited to learn more. I'll self-confess, don't know much about modular construction per se. I'm excited to dive into it. But before we get there, why don't you give our audience a little background on you, kind of, what got you into real estate, what really brought you up to today?
Yeah, a little background. Originally from Oklahoma, graduated from OU with finance and economics, got into the oil and gas space which is very traditional for an Okie. But moved down to Houston, where I was doing consulting and company valuations and whatnot. And we had a project that was actually a minerals company, but they basically was a land acquisition company, and really just fell in love with the real estate world, loved the transactional basis of it. And so kind of just started diving in from a personal research side, and kind of learned everything I could. Actually went back up to Oklahoma City to start the brokerage world and kind of learn how to underwrite, kind of the basics, but knew I wanted to get back to trying to go acquire deals and kind of on the asset management and GP sides. Kind of took a jump and leap of faith and moved back down to Dallas, and joined on with a sponsor for the last, call it 6 years, was with them, where we did multifamily development, some medical properties. And so really kind of across the board, great learning experience. But like I said, wanted to own my own companies. Back in early part of this year, started 214 Capital.
Okay. Awesome. One thing I love to ask people, I think most of the time, there's always a seed planted. Like, anybody when you grew up, anybody in your family, any family friends in real estate, a realtor, was a landlord, bought land, whatever. Like, was there something way back then subliminally that just planted in there that you didn't know that might have led you?
Sure. Yeah, no, I mean, I think a little bit on a two-front basis. My mom's an interior designer for kind of luxury residential homes in Oklahoma. So kind of learned through that of just the design aspects, and kind of they've built houses growing up. We were in 9 houses up until high school, and so they were always building something new. But then also my grandpa was a mechanical engineer, doing structures and houses as well. So
Okay.
maybe some of that rubbed off on me and kind of why I'm fascinated with the development side. But yeah.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Well, I think too, when someone's assimilated to or sees something like that, they see home in a different view. Most people see home as a home, right? You see
Sure.
it as a home, but also something that can make money, right?
Yep.
And I think that's okay. So cool, man. So you finally you get into, I say you joined someone that was your sponsor. What does that mean?
Yeah, so we were new in the business. We still are new in the business for kind of the larger scope and sake. But normally you have to have someone to sign on your bad boy carve outs, your loan guarantees, and everything like that. And so
Okay.
that was kind of our main goal, is to partner up with a larger group to be able to do that.
What
And so they were kind of the bigger infrastructure behind going to go do deals when we had that track record before.
was that kind of your learning process, right? Or is it kind of like a mentor type of process to where you're kind of learning the hands-on in the weeds?
Yeah, 100%. Fully kind of thrown to the fire and try to learn as much as we could, soak it up. We did kind of deals across the board. I feel like most people kind of have a lane and they stick to it. And there's definitely there's definitely benefits to that. But no, and we got to kind of see the full spectrum of full acquisition to divesting. We were looking at funds, the debt fund side, and really just everything kind of in and out of the capital stack to be able to go do our own deals. So it was a very good experience.
With the wealth of knowledge out there, I mean, why couldn't you just learn this on your own? I mean, what was so important for you personally to be in the situation of learning from someone who's done it already?
Sure. I mean, for one, I'm definitely a hands-on learner. It just for my own personal experience, but until you've actually done it, it's different from just kind of following a checklist and following a to-do list on, hey, this is how you close a deal.
Right.
There's always, it's really kind of down to the problem solving aspect. Something's always come up. I mean, even on the project we're working on right now, I mean, finding a modular lender has been kind of a learning curve to kind of almost teach lenders, hey, this is what the process is. This is just a little bit of nuances. And we had a lender drop out on us with 2 weeks to go, and you got to kind of fight those battles and kind of learn on the fly. So.
You got to get punched in the mouth, man. That's the best way to put it. It's like you got to go out there and you can know everything, but until you get really punched in the mouth by that shot you didn't see coming, then you're not. That's the real life. What were some of the biggest struggles for you? Like biggest challenges at the beginning?
I think really finding the deals was kind of our specialty. We still have great access to off market deals, and that's kind of been our strong suit is really having deal flow when a lot of people do struggle with that.
Okay.
But I think really not knowing the asset management side, what was the kind of one of the key differentiators that was a huge learning curve on. Our first project that we were renovating was a student housing asset. And so, even harder than a traditional multifamily pretty much, because you essentially have a 2.5 month window where you have to renovate or at least make ready all of the units. And so we were renovating all the units. And so we had to, by day one, when those students moved out, we had to be ready to go. And so it took a lot of preparation, and we were cleaning units up till the couple hours before students were moving in. So
wow,
definitely hands-on experience, but it was a good learning lesson for sure.
I love that. So, okay, so right now you got your own company. What's the name of your company again?
So 214 Capital.
214 Capital. So
Yes.
what's your main focus right now? Like, what are you guys doing? What type of deals are you doing? What is your, buy box or avatar? Talk to us.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Sure. Yeah. So, really the buy box is anything kind of touching the residential space. Our first project that we did right as we got launched was it was a co-GP deal, kind of utilizing someone else's track record for a land entitlement fund. And so we were essentially buying large multifamily tracts as single family tracts that are agricultural and rezoning them to be multifamily or single family developments. So,
Okay.
Something like that. It was something we had done before from our previous company, but just the only difference was we used to develop them ourselves versus selling it off. And
Got it.
but no, and then, we'd love to get back into the acquisition side of the multifamily. Really just deals haven't really made sense right from a value add standpoint. I think they're starting to, especially with just the rate cuts that happened. I think that was today, right? And so hopefully get back in that, but then we're really focused on the development side right now.
Okay.
And we've like I mentioned to you earlier, we've got a great relationship with a modular home builder, and so really trying to explore that and grow that.
Cool. And we're going to talk about the modular construction here in a few minutes, but I just want a couple more questions for you real fast. You mentioned you find good deal flow, and we know it's a difficult market, right? So a lot of things aren't making sense. Things aren't penciling out. So for someone that maybe is coming into the game, right, they might be looking to get into development or what you're doing. What are some things that they could do that might set them up for success, maybe give them better chances to better underwrite things, those type of tools?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I think the off-market property it's not a make or break, but it's so crucial to give you that extra time that you can, without having any other competition, you've got direct line of communication with the seller. Because one of the worst things that we've kind of encountered with brokers is, sometimes you don't get the full story. That, it's and I get it. They're doing their job. They're trying to make you think that there's other at the table always and
Right.
everything. But but you'll see a property that's been on market for 400 plus days, and you're like, all right,
And
well,
that whole you got to get it before it goes is that whole thing's
yes.
gone.
No, but and then so I mean on the land side, I mean we've gone kind of door to door, knocking kind of thing to find land parcels to see if they know their neighbors, vacant lots. There's different softwares out there utilizing AI to kind of skip trace landowners now, and so that's how we actually found the first two parcels of land that we're working on right now.
Nice.
So it's a lot easier when it's off market. We got them for about $100,000 less than what they were originally wanting to sell for. So
That's awesome.
Gets you a good basis going in.
So you mentioned you door knocking. I mean, I can't imagine you really are you really knocking on physically the doors for all these different parcels?
I have, yeah, and especially when we were. I mean, I've done that on the capital raising side. I was walking in Highland Park. I've got these little. It was our best marketing tool. We raised $1 million from doing postcards.
Fantastic.
I didn't want to pay the $3,000 for some of those postcard mailing companies, and so I was like, I know Highland Park are going to be accredited investors, so just hit the markets I knew and dropped it in the mailbox. So.
What other ways are you out there finding either
So yeah, I mean, on the investor side, still learning that accredited investor networking basis. Mailers has been a good one for us. We've been going to conferences really outside of the real estate network. We've been kind of going to more of either construction conferences. We've been trying to get into a couple of medical and doctor conferences. We've had a lot of good luck with the venture capital space of just kind of teaching them about real estate. And so kind of those networks. The problem I found with going to kind of just straight real estate conferences is
if you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Real estate guys, we're all kind of deal junkies in some way or another.
Right.
And so everyone wants to talk about their deal. Whereas, if you go to a venture capital conference, we can kind of add value where I'm learning about a new industry that I don't know a ton about. And then I'm kind of telling them about a project they may not know about.
Before we talk about modular construction, if, once again, someone's wanting to get into the business, like what are some things to look out for, right? What are some things to really maybe hone in on? What are some, better avenues that might help them get a deal faster or, grow their business faster?
Yeah. I mean, I think, kind of when I started 214 Capital, I kind of wanted to get back to the basics. My background has been doing we were looking at the kind of that middle market, $40 to $60 million deals. And, I just was very realistic with myself when I was just like, I know I need to start with smaller deals, just get build that track record. And so the first couple deals we're working on now is, they're all build for sale style models where our timelines are 12 to 18 months versus, 4 or 5 year hold where
right.
It'll take a while to get that track record because everyone wants to see exits and see that IRR on past projects, and it kind of doesn't really matter what you've done in the past. I think it's hard to get started, but I would say just honestly be open to partnerships as well.
Team up.
Kind of anyone that's come to me and offered of just really just interested in what I'm doing, open to learn. Like I've kind of either put them on as a advisor type role or just even almost just on a monthly mailing list of where we get on weekly calls or monthly calls of just kind of teaching them the business, because I've got 2 guys in particular that
Nice.
Want to learn the business.
That's awesome, man. All right, cool. Modular construction, what is it?
So modular construction, essentially by definition, it's where anywhere between 85 to 95% of the full vertical construction process, anything that's material based in a construction of a project, is built in a factory. And so we partnered up with a group. They've got a factory kind of near the Austin MSA, and essentially they handle kind of all the way from foundation to CO. They handle, and so it's a nuanced process where you can't go get your typical architect, your typical designer. So they have all that in house, and so it makes it easier for us, for our sake. Kind of some of just that overall benefits is, we're saving 25 to 30% of per square foot on a hard cost basis, and then you're saving about 50% of the time. And really, that 50% of the time, what that does for you is, your carry costs are a lot lower, IRRs increase, and really time also kills deals. And so being able to kind of get in and get under construction, get it completed as soon as possible, just kind of the margin for error decreases.
Got it.
And that's also another thing. Your control over costs are a lot more accurate. You're doing all of the design and manufacturing up front, so you're essentially locking in those prices. And so we've got GMAX contracts, which is essentially a pricing guarantee for the total construction cost up front, which is just peace of mind for investors as well as myself.
Yeah. Great pros. What are some of the cons if you're talking if someone's inquiring about it?
Sure. Yeah. I think the cons are and I'll also mention this as well. So I think there's a kind of a stigma between just from talking to investors, talking to other lenders. There's a stigma on manufactured housing is mobile home parks. It's low income, not anything touching the luxury space.
Right.
But that's kind of couldn't be further from the truth. This company has done 6,000 luxury homes kind of all across the country, and they did the tallest high rise in the country. That's modular. So it was like a 28-story Class A, double Class A building in New York City.
I didn't know they made one that big, dude. Wow.
Yeah.
I've
So
seen
it's
some beautiful modular homes, man. I mean, I've seen some ones that are just like, this is a modular home. What?
yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome.
So yeah, very, very cool technology, and really the scalability, even going vertical, actually gets your margins get even better.
Okay.
And so we're starting out with a couple townhome projects, but our goal is to get back into kind of a podium style or kind of mid-rise project, because that's where we can really maximize that value.
Why did you choose this versus traditional builds?
You know, I got introduced to this company from a business partner, and so wanted to hear him out, but then also just I do see it kind of being as a future for construction in general. I think with rising interest or rising construction cost, this is a great avenue to be able to cut some of those costs and still give a very quality product at the end of the day. And I think that's the quality product piece is huge for us, especially here in Texas. Like you're competing with so many
Yeah.
different apartments, you have to be able to stay up with the level of finishes and everything. And so and as well as being a small team, they handle the full construction process. That's a huge benefit to not for us to not have a huge outlay of overhead for a construction project. But yeah, getting back to your previous question on the weaknesses, honestly, I think it's challenges of the capital stack right now.
Yeah.
That's kind of been our main hiccup of just it's almost like teaching when you have to teach an investor something on a pitch, you've almost already lost them kind of thing.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's just it's a learning curve, but anyone that's kind of interested, like always would love to explain it to them and walk them through the entire process. We're kind of putting together some more materials just surrounding that as more of a learning materials piece.
Sweet.
And because it just, with the lenders, even essentially the process there is we have to basically draw upon 25% of the construction cost up front to give to the manufacturer. Like a lot of lenders will request pictures or progress photos because it's essentially billed and drawn upon after the actual completion of that work. And so with that being in a factory, that's impossible to do. And so that's been the kind of the biggest headache there. But other weaknesses are, I think when we start getting into the actual multifamily and larger markets, there's certain challenges where like the biggest gap that we can have between basically peers are about 30 feet. And so when we start looking at clubhouses or kind of amenity spaces, there's definitely some challenges there with kind of what the capabilities are. But essentially still 80 to 90% of the project could be modular, and then the remaining 10% is almost a traditional construction. That's kind of what our plan would be.
Very cool, man. Well, man, you shared a lot. I appreciate you coming on and sharing all this. If there are people out here that are listening that are, maybe want to invest in maybe some of your projects, they want to talk about modular construction, how do they get in touch? What's the best way to reach you?
Sure. Yeah. 214invest.com is our new investor portal. So it's got kind of whatever current deal we're raising for, and it's got a form on there and I'm pretty good about getting back to people quickly.
Sweet.
And that's the easiest way.
Awesome. Well, once again, man, Jackson, I appreciate you coming on and sharing all that knowledge. Guys, I hope you got some value from this. I mean, I know I did. If you do have interest in, anything that he talked about, if it resonates with you at all, reach out. Jackson, again, thank you, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. See you on the next one. Cheers.
Thanks, John.
Thanks for joining us for today's show. If you're looking to take your business and your life to the next level, you really need to learn more about the Investor Fuel Mastermind. It's your shortcut to success. To learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other amazing entrepreneurs, 100% financing on your deals, member-only discounts, and so much more, please visit investorfuel.com/Texas. By the way, Investor Fuel is even Texas-based. Also, if you're interested in applying to be a guest on this very show, the Texas Real Estate Pro Show, please visit investorfuel.com/Texas. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube or your favorite podcast app so you never miss another episode. We'll see you on the next show.